let us talk about Posca. I knew nothing about this brand short of them making markers. I know they're really well known for making markers. Didn't even realize they had a set of colored pencils out. So when I had received these, I was thrilled to have something new that I didn't even know about. The first thing I noticed about this is the heft. This thing is a brick, and that alone kind of excited me because I knew that the case was going to be really good quality. It comes in this little plastic binding, and I'm guessing the reason for that is because the case is segmented, and this will kind of keep them together. The only information it really provides on the back is it has the color names and the color numbers, so that was a nice little touch. But let's jump inside. So the first thing I had saw when I was paying attention to the colors is this is a 36 set. So once I looked into it, I realized that the 36 set is the max colors they offer. I was kind of bummed about this because I was excited to use them, and if I really like a pencil, the least amount I want it to have is 50. The absolute bare minimum is 50. Anything less than that, I got to mix my colors a little more than I want to. I just want a larger variety when choosing. But you know, it is what it is. This has 36 colors, and I was still excited to use it. Let's look at the actual case itself now. It comes with this lid that holds the top layers in. It has the grooves on the back, and I'm guessing that's for transport. It completely locks in the color. The case is really, really well made, and the heft of that alone is nice. If we look at the pencils, let's see. These are in the order, the manufacturing order, the way they are sent. I'm going to probably go back and put them in the proper order. The first thing when I was looking at these pencils is the colors are very bold, very deep. I love that. But if we look at the pencil themselves, it's a solid black barrel. The color is indicated not by the barrel, but by the tip, the dipped end, and the lead. So I saw that they have the logo here in Mitsubishi written on the back, but I noticed there was not a color, there was not a number, and that really, really stung because I knew when it came to swatching, this was going to leave me with nothing. But then I remembered the case, which was odd because the case has numbers and has the colors next to them, neither of which I saw on the pencil. It wasn't until I started playing around with these that I realized they put the number on the top of the pencil. This is the first that I think I've ever seen a set that did that. It's unique, and I like that I was relieved that they actually had numbers on them. But at the end of the day, it's not completely practical for me because when I go to swatch and I'm grabbing certain numbers or certain colors, I can't see that. I usually have my numbers that are face up where I could quickly grab and quickly put them back up where they go. This I'm not going to necessarily be able to do that with. So I don't know, I might leave these in this order. When we talk about the performance of them, the pencil itself is nice. Almost every single one that I was messing with, that barrel is pretty centered. The back has been dipped because that's where the number is at. But if it wasn't, I'm pretty sure that we'd be able to hold them up and see how centered that the lead is in each of these barrels. They go down really smooth. Now, the website labels these as an oil-based, wax-based pencil, like a well-balanced between the two. Everything I'm seeing in other reviews and write-ups on them, they're straight out just calling them oil pencils, which I'm a big fan of. But I gotta give them credit. These reminded me of grisaille. Grisaille pencils have found themselves in a unique position where it feels like they are completely balanced between 50% wax, 50% oil. Now, as a lot of you may already know, every pencil, the formula to make up the lead has wax and it has oil in it. But usually it's one or the other that tips the scale, which is why a Prismacolor will label itself as a wax and a Polychromo will label itself as an oil. They are that perfectly centered waxy oil feel to them. I loved the way these felt. They went down really smooth. They went down really bold. I wanted to color a picture that I had designed that wouldn't require too many details because I knew I was dealing with just 36 colors. And I got to tell you, I ran these through the coals, and I never needed to sharpen them once. they maintained, that was where that oil came through, that stronger, tougher lead. It did not wither down really quick. And like I said, I was using these with quite a bit of pressure, quite a bit of layers, and the colors are just so deep and so vibrant. I loved using these, which makes me go right back to wishing that they had more colors to choose from in this palette. But these were an absolute joy to use. They had a good bold lead, they went down well, they layered well, they blended well. I will 100% come back to using these. And in the meantime, I just wanted to share this with you. So if you get a chance, get your hands on some Posca.
Sugar Sorito.